Hello, Ian. All right, mate. How's it going, mate? My number one fan, Ian, my mate. Hello, Shrimpy. How are you, my dear? Yeah. Just had to find my little packs of tissues. So got watery eye, LT fever. I thought hay fever kicks off during the daytime, not at night, but my eyes water during the night time more than the daytime. So, I can unplug that. That one's charged up. Just charging up batteries, big fucking batteries. So I had to treat myself again to a new little toy, little mini chainsaw. Because my hands are causing me so much pain when cutting wood, either with a saw or a hammer. I just keep cramping up and giving me a lot of pain. So I had to spend fucking £60 on this damn thing. That's if it's going to give me any joy. If not, it's going back. Where am I getting the money from? I'm budgeting. I've gone well over my budget this week. I've had to lower my food consumption costs down again. Oh, I don't know. Life is hell, isn't it, eh? Yep, camping. Out again Friday day, Friday night, and I'll be home Saturday afternoon. So I'm not doing another 2 days, 2 nights. No freaking way. I'll tell you, right, seriously, when I was early in the week, what day did I do it? I can't remember what day I came back now. You know what, I can't remember. Was it Saturday and Sunday I done? Or was it Monday, Tuesday? I can't remember. Right, hold on. 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I came home, which was because I uploaded it 2 days ago. So that was Monday. I did Saturday and Sunday, and came home Monday. So that was so yeah, how come I've only got one person watching? Oh well. I know my channel sucks, but I'll still keep pondering on. Never know, I might get some people watching. I think notifications ain't working again properly. So yeah, just doing Friday day, Friday night, and coming home Saturday afternoon, because I'm not doing another 48 hour. I'm not doing another 2 days and 2 nights. Might do next week, I don't know yet, because now the daytime's getting shorter and the night time's getting earlier. I don't really want to be out longer night times. I'd rather it being short night times. Because when it gets night, you ain't got nothing to do. You know, you've got fuck all to do, and I can't really do work out in the pitch black, so I don't have a torchlight, strong enough. So it'd be pointless. I bought a couple of little toy mice yesterday, and today, because I went today. Yeah, this morning. Get 2 little toy mice with little bells in them at Poundland. I bought all that, and I had to buy another big packet of those Whisker biscuits. And I thought she'd be going crazy over it, but she's only played it for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes max throughout the whole day. She's always running around like a scat ass little shit ass, keep causing problems. But you know, you give her a toy and she's not interested in it. You know, you give her a laser grid and she'll be chasing that all over the fucking floor. But anyway, so as I say, like, I know it's not to do, like, you know, with me. You know, I want to try to keep me bushcraft on, my bushcraft and, you know, on this one. But the reason I'm doing this one tonight is kind of still to do the bushcrafting. But on Sunday night, I tell you, it was really bloody weird night. Like, I kept hearing like a metallic kind of scratching noise. I don't know what it was or where it was coming from. It was really weird because, like, 1 minute it sounded right beside me, you know, like outside, and there is like a metal sheet there, yeah. But I know it wasn't that because the metallic sound kept moving around. 1 minute it's this side, then like 10 minutes later, it's on that side. Then like 10 minutes later, it's on that side. And about 10-15 minutes later, it's in, you know, like near the front door. And it went on like that for a good couple of hours. And it kept me awake. And I really do not know what the hell it was. And not only that, I heard, which I believe was a disembodied voice. 2. One was a female, which whatever she said, I don't know. But it was kind of like close to the cabin, my hut. And this is like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, so there's no way in hell is there someone going to be walking their dog in the dark, spooky woodlands behind me. Right? No way in hell. Then later, I heard a male voice saying, "The chair." Well, there's a chair outside, which was the broken one. There's a chair outside, which is a broken one, which I was given to me, like, you know, and I've been using that one for quite a while, actually. You know, because what I'd done, I took my own fishing chair down, which is, you know, like proper fishing chair with the little cut thing on the armrest. So I took that down and took out the old one and just stuck the old one outside. And this is like, you know, about half an hour I heard the female. But what the female said, I don't know. But the male said the chair. I definitely heard the male say the chair. And that one actually sounded more closer. No, it's quiet. It's like, if I try to do it myself, if I try to imitate it, it's like the chair. And it really sounded like someone was actually inside the cabin with me. And I was getting a bit freaked out. Now, before that happened, earlier on, just as like it was getting dark, right, I kept hearing like scratching and banging. Now, I know the ponies which are around will come along, and I have seen them scratch their backside against trees, right? So the scratching could have been one of the ponies, right? But there was also banging directly after, like knocking, not banging, but knocking. And this was like 9 o'clock at night. And it, again, sounded quite close to me. The knocking actually sounded like someone hitting a tree. You know, no, like, you know, you get the stories about the Sasquatch banging a tree. No, I'm not saying it's a fucking Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, yeah, but it was like, dot, dot. And like 5-10 minutes there, dot, dot. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was getting a bit spooked out. And on my video, if you watch my last video, what I uploaded, I've been sitting there with my night vision camera, videoing, and I'm going, "Hello? Hello, anyone out there?" I said something like, "Don't fuck with me, I've got a shotgun in here." I'll use it if I have to. Now, I didn't have a shotgun because I don't have a permit for a shotgun, and I don't think the landowner would allow a shotgun on his like property anyway. Yeah, but I have found shotgun shells there previously when I used to milk detect there, right? And I will probably do some milk detecting over there again in a few weeks' time when I decide to do it. But I've actually shown him shotgun shells. I said, "Ron, you got a shotgun?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Well, who's been shooting shotgun shells?" Then he goes, "Don't know." So unless someone's been over there during the night time, before I even got there, because I've been over there for about a year and a half now, yeah. Maybe like someone used to go over there, like poaching or something. I don't know. But Ron said he hasn't got a shotgun. So I'm sitting there, getting a bit freaked out, and I'm saying, "I've got a shotgun here." I said, I think I said something like, I might have said that, I can't remember, to be honest with you. It's on the video anyway. But I know I said I got a shotgun. And I said, "I'm security here." I said, "There's CCTV cameras out there. You might not be able to see them, but there's cameras out there." Well, all that's out there is one camera, my wildlife camera. No one's going to know that. I don't think even the kids that trespass on the property, who's actually been over and tried to peek in my shelter, don't even know it. Because it's like on the tree facing the shelter, and because it's got all that foliage, all those leaves and everything, yeah, it helps to camouflage it. So I'm saying, there's CCTV around. I said, there's another security guard not far from here, and he can see what's going on. If he feels like I'm in danger, he'll either come over himself or he'll ring the police. And I'm like, trying to listen out. I can still hear like little noises outside, and all of a sudden it stopped. After I said police, it stopped. So I don't know if it's like, someone might have been, like walking around and being nosy, trespassing. I don't know. But, after I've turned the camera off, I'm just getting ready to go to sleep when I heard more kind of like knocking and scratching. And I thought, well, I ain't going to bother turning the recording on because like time I turn it on, it'll probably stop again. So it kept coming and going, kind of thing. Now, on the other video, I didn't mention this, but I'll mention it now. But I was just about getting ready to bed, right? And I've got like this like little lantern torch. Plus I've got like a head torch, which was hanging up on one of the beams. So I had light. I was getting ready to lay down, and whatever it was, something went straight in front of the light, and the whole cabin went like complete dark for about 2 seconds. I thought, what the fuck was that? No, it weren't me, because I would have had to stand in front of the light. I was actually sitting down, getting ready to lay down on my bench bed. I thought, shit. No, I did do a live stream that night as well, and I don't know if I mentioned that on the live stream, not or if it happened after the live stream. But there's me laying there, and I'm trying to get sleep. And all I kept hearing was this like slight knocking noise, and then like scraping noises. Now, as I say, it could have been the pony. I did hear like footsteps as well. Now, again, that day there was 2 ponies in the same area as I was. The other ponies were in another field. The only way they can get into this field where I am, well, it's like the field and the woodland. Yeah, you got like you got the big field there, but it's barbed wired, right? But then you got the woodland. Then behind me you got a small bit of like open area field. Then past there you got the actual public woodland, which is run by the council, Forestry Commission or National Trust or whatever. But between the woodland, the small field and the public football for the public woodland, you got a barbed wire fence, and in some parts of it you got another barbed wire fence. You know, when you go over, you got to be careful, because when you jump over the first barbed wire fence, the second one can be hidden, and if you don't know where it is, you can trip over and hurt yourself. And I have done that. Nearly impaled my bloody arm in a bloody branch. Now, let's say, like, you know, the weirdest noise was the metal, kind of metallic scratching noise, which kept kind of going round the shelter. And let's say what I got outside, and you probably might have seen it on one of my earlier videos, it's like a metal sheet, and it's right outside my cabin, but it's where my fireplace is, right? If you go outside where the fireplace is, it's just like past the fireplace, but it's on some wood. Now, it wasn't even windy. There wasn't even no wind. The wind, well, it was getting a little bit, you know, breezy, but it wasn't like, you know, windy. It did rain later in the evening, about 2-3 o'clock, because that woke me up, and I was thinking, oh shit, you know, it said that there weren't going to be no rain. And I turned my phone on and looked, and it didn't say nothing about rain, and it pissed down for half an hour, right? And somehow water was coming through the shelter, although it's got like a brand new 12 by 12 fucking like tarp on top. So when the rain does come, it should be going down at an angle. For some reason, it was coming through the corner of the left-hand side of the shelter, and it started getting me sleeping mat and me sleeping bag wet. So I had to get up and sort that out. I kind of like dried off the sleeping mat. The sleeping bag was kind of damp, but it wasn't soaking wet. So, you know, I still used that kind of thing. And I noticed that where the water was coming through, there's a gap in the ceiling, and it's like a triangle. It's about that big. So when I go up there again, I've got to sort it out. I'll probably stick a load of like that attic insulation, because I've got like 2 bin liners full, which I've put back in the bin liner and stuck it outside on top of the roof now, because I didn't want it like stuck inside the shelter, because like there's enough bloody stuff in it at the moment. I'm working on a second kind of like storage, and what it is like, you know, several logs on top of each other. You've got like 2 stakes there, 2 stakes there, and what you do, you put these logs in between the stakes, and then you tie them off, so you know they don't kind of like get loose. I've got to do the side bit. I did try to do the top bit, but I realised I didn't have the brackets, or if I did have the brackets, I couldn't be bothered to hunt them down. But I did order some shelving brackets, which I'm waiting for them to turn up tomorrow. So I want to make, you know, do some shelves. But yeah, I noticed that there's this kind of like big gap in the roof, in the corner. It wasn't actually on the roof, it's like, you know, just under the roof. I thought, oh shit, don't tell me, you know, I didn't, you know, see that. Because what I've done inside the actual shelter, I've tarped it all around the walls. And where they tarp, some of them are overlapping. So like you've got the back one and you've got the front one, and it kind of overlaps. So when it was getting a bit windy, the wind was blowing the flap, and that was making a noise as well, keeping me awake. So I was going to mean to get some what's it called, that gavel tape, or whatever it was, from Poundland, but I've completely forgot all about it. But even from Poundland, you only get like a small amount. So I've got some off Amazon, and they turned up today. So I ordered them, it said like order now, get before 10 o'clock. So I ordered 2 different types of tape and they've turned up. So what I've got to do is go around and tape the 2, where it's overlaying, tape it so it won't flap so much. But so many things was going on Sunday night. It was like, what the fuck is going on here? And it seemed really kind of like unusual and creepy. Now, as you know, the first time I went there, I only did one night. The second time I went there, I only did one night. The third time, I thought, you know what? Let's go in a bigger pair of balls and stay there another extra night. I checked it up with the RSPCA, the cat is okay up to 72 hours. As long as she's got plenty of food, water, and clean, like toilet stuff, cat litter, she's fine. So I changed the bowl over because usually she's got a single bowl with like 2 opening, 2 compartments, one for food, one for water. So when I went up there, I took that away and I gave her like a container full of food, and I mean it's like that tall. That's full of like biscuits and some wet food, and the other one was like full of water. And when I came home, she still had plenty of food. She was running out a little bit of water, but I got back home just before she did run out of water. But it was kind of weird, Sunday, because Saturday daytime, I went for a walk around, and there was a big sports thing going on. And I noticed that there must have been about 40 tents, and I thought, what the hell is this going on about, And it's sports day, people won't bring tents. So, I didn't ask anyone what the occasion was. I just carried on. I went for a walk around trying to find some pine. Couldn't find any pine. I think I found like the fern tree. So I cut a branch off to see if it's fat wood, and it weren't fat wood. It's just a normal branch. I was going to have fern tea actually, but I decided not to have fern tea because with the fern from the pine tree and the fern tree, you can actually put them in boiling water and drink it as a tea. Like stinging nettle, you can make stinging nettle tea. Dandelions, you can make dandelion tea as well. But I wasn't too sure about the trees that I was looking for. So I ordered a book on eBay, which turned up today. And it spots guide to trees. So that'll be going with me. I know there's no pine around there. I've looked for pine constantly, and I've not found no pine there at all. But it'd be interesting to find out what kind of trees there are there. I want to try and find out what other tree is good for wood burning. I know pine, the particular pine that you can get, if you cut a branch down, it's got kind of like a reddish inside it, and that's fat wood, and it's really good for burning, and, especially if starting a fire. All you need is a ferro rod and a bit of flint or ferro rod, and you back your knife and scrape it, and that causes like sparks and actually light the wood. A lot of people use fat wood, but I normally use like cotton wool and fire, tinder as well. I get like small branches. Once and fire line stuff, you go to Poundland and you get those like little fire bricks. So that's why I usually like to start my fires up there. But so I'm thinking, well, why is all these tents here, And I kind of like didn't worry about it. I just went looking, and I went across this like really grassy bit, and like it's up to your fucking knees, and like there's so many sting nettles and bramble, and I saw this big tree at a distance. I thought that looks like a pine tree, and I got all the way over there, and guess what? It's fenced off. So I thought, sorry, I can't go any further. So I came back out, and I noticed like these little blackberry bushes. So I started like picking blackberries and eating blackberries. Then I made my way to another woodland, you know, see if there was any pine in there. Couldn't find no pine. I think there's like a fern tree in there, like a Christmas tree kind of thing. So I cut a branch off there. It's not fat wood, not a pine, it's fern. I carried on walking and I found some little encampment. Looked like someone had like made their own little bushcraft. It wasn't like, you know, like the mine with a shelter. It's just with a big tarp. And I thought, better get away from me in case like these people come back. So I went back and I've done some stuff at, you know, my shelter. And I say, like, all the weird things was going on Sunday. But Saturday night, I started hearing music. And I didn't have a radio on. And I realised all the people who had tents there stayed there because there must have been some kind of festival there. That kept me awake all bloody night. That didn't stop till about 4 o'clock in the morning. So eventually I got to sleep about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I woke up with a massive headache, a bad aching neck. I got up about 11 o'clock. Then I just, you know, chilled out and done a few bits and pieces, and that was it. Mostly I cut wood throughout the whole day, you know, to keep fires running. You know, cook me dinner. I had barbecue Saturday and Sunday, you know, pork. I find pork is a lot quicker to cook than chicken. But I do have, like, you know, one of those packets of chicken, but, you know, little chicken breast, you get like 6 or 8 in, which I bought the other day at Lidl's. But I'm going to keep those. I'm going to go to Lidl's tomorrow and get some pork. I could take the chicken, but the chicken takes longer to cook than pork does on a barbecue. So, you know, and I do love eating pork. So I'll probably go to Lidl's and get some pork again tomorrow. And yeah, I'll be having another barbecue Friday afternoon. And it depends on what time I decide to come home. I might, if I've still got meat left over, because I don't usually cook it all straight away. If I've still got meat, you know, after I go to bed, then I'll probably like cook the rest in the afternoon. If I'm still there, if not, I'll just bring it home and cook it. But the thing what I'm going to plan to do is, like, you know, the door is kind of like, you can see gaps. When I close it this way to lock up and come home, there's like a big gap and you can see inside it here. But when you're inside and you push the door and bolt it, the bolt actually closes that bit up, but then you've got like a gap underneath at the bottom. So what I do, so that, you know, if it does get windy, I'll put a plastic bottle down there, and, you know, that should keep, you know, the big draft coming through. But the top is, like, you know, closed when you're inside with the door closed and you've got the bolts on. But I'm going to put a new padlock on, a second padlock on the outside for when I leave. What I'm going to do is that, now I've got that little mini chainsaw, I'm going to cut a couple of dead trees down, which I've noticed. And I've got straighter, kind of like, you know, the trees kind of more straighter than the sticks and logs I've got, the branches. So I'm going to cut a couple of those down. Then I'm going to take apart the front wall down. It means, like, you know, I'm going to lose all the mud pack, because, like, the wall's mud packed as well with mud, hay, and a bit of concrete and cement. That's all going to fall off, and I'm going to try to make the wall a bit more straighter, because if you look at it, the wall is like that, and that's what's stopping the door from closing properly. So what I'm going to do is take the section out, remove that, and then redo that wall. I've got water, so I can probably, like, mix up that mud pack what comes off, and get it all wet in soggy again and slap it back on afterwards. Plus I've got that attic insulation as well I can use, and hopefully I can fix the wall so instead of it being slanted, it'll be more straight, then the door can actually close a bit better. So that's my plan for Friday. And if I've got time after that, because I'm going to have to, you know, like, cut the 2 trees down, prep the wood, cut it down to size, you know, I don't know how big I need. Plus I've got to like somehow, take all the other wood off. And most of that's nailed in, so I've got to somehow take them out. And try to recycle the nails. Because otherwise I ain't got the nails. The only way I can do it is tie it on with string and then nail it at a later date. So that's the thing I'm going to be doing, is like trying to do the front wall if I still consider about doing it. And then after that, if I've got time, I still need to do that little storage thing inside the shelter, do the side bit, and so I've got the 2 brackets. I can make like the top kind of like lid bit, so I can like open it up and close it, and put a padlock on. But I think I've only got 1 padlock and 1 like the actual bracket, so the door might stay as 1 padlock, and I'll put another one on next time. Or I might try to finish the storage and not put a padlock on, and put a padlock on next time I go up, which will be next week, because I won't be able to do it this week. So I've only got 1 padlock and I've only got 1 like latch thing. Hello, Tomcat. But yeah, it's getting darker now, early, and I don't really want to be staying up there too many more nights, because when it does get dark, you've got nothing to do. You can't. I don't have a torch that will light up completely outside. You need like a spotlight out there, one of those like big ones, like who was it the other day? One of the other viewers on it, one of the other moderators, she was showing me some links on Amazon where there's one torch that actually lights up and can light up 2.5 football fields. Well, I want something like that, but you're talking about 40 quid. I can't afford that, because I just paid 60 quid for the bloody little chainsaw. So, I've got some little torches, but they're not that bright. Just a normal head torch on the Powerland. And I have that hanging there. Sometimes I know that turned on overnight, or I've got like a little kind of like plastic LED lantern, which runs off some, like 4 AA batteries. And that's not as bright as the actual head torch. So sometimes I turn the torch off and put the little lanterns on. Sometimes I might leave that one overnight. But the thing is, you've got to be careful, because like you've got the 2 windows, like, I don't think anyone can get in. Well, I know no one can get in them, but they can probably put their hand in and and try to pull it out and do damage. And I don't really want people knowing that I'm there at night time anyway. Now, Sunday morning, around about 4 o'clock, just before I was trying to get asleep, after hearing all those noises, I thought I'd turn all the lights off. And I tell you, I turned all the lights off, and it was fucking pitch black in there. I couldn't see nothing. It was more darker in there than it was outside. I tell you, man, it really was. It's so dark. So I thought, oh well, it's near enough night now. It'll be light in an hour. So I tried to get to sleep, but I still had problems trying to sleep after bloody morning. But I really don't know where those voices come from. A female said something, and about half an hour later, heard a male saying, "The chair." Hello, Jamie. So I don't know. I don't know. But I hope you try to, get the shelter done a bit better. No one's broken in, which is lucky enough. No one's actually trying to force their way in. There has been a little bit of damage, but that could have been like the ponies, or it could just been normal wear from like, you know, the weather. It could just be the actual wood expanding from, you know, after rainstorms, and you know, some of that mud pack, it's just like, you know, falling down. But there is a few gaps at the back of the wall I need to like sort out. The front door, you know, as I say, it's got gaps. And when I close it and lock it, you know, there's a great big gap like that there. And you can look inside it, no problem. You can only look at a certain amount of the actual, you know, inside it. You can't see everything at the other side, especially where I've got all my stuff and everything here. Because normally I put all my tools in the actual bed bench, because there's a little section I can just like lift up a couple of bits of like logs, and then like put all my tools in there and put it down. And I put me installation, then like me tarp on top, and it looks like, you know, you can't get into it. But I don't want to keep, you know, like taking it off all the time and getting stuff out. So this time around I just like put like cutting my axes, because I've got like 3 axes up there, 4 axes. I've got like 5 bloody hammers, but I bought one back, one of the hammers. Got like 4 hammers up there. I've got 5 saws up there, and I just thought, you know, I'll just stick them in there. You know, I won't bother locking them away or hiding them. You know, no one's going to know they're there unless they break in. Then they can, like, you know, rummage through. And like, they're not expensive stuff. You know, you can get a saw from Poundland for a couple of quid. But, you know, there are saws up there which cost me about 20 or quid, you know. Axes, you know, there's about 3 axes and another one, which is like more of a lighter axe. That one cost me about 25 quid. The other axes cost me about 10, 15 quid each. Hammers, you know, you're talking about 3 to 5 quid each. I've got a machete, but that's hidden away in the bed bench. Blunt myself, so I need to sharpen that up. You know, what I need to do is a bit more kind of like sharpening the tools if I can. But because of my arthritis, you know, I find it difficult to keep like using the sharpening stone all the time. You know, I might have to bring them home and use the grinder. But that means, like, you know, so much heavy stuff to keep bringing home and taking back with me, which I don't want to keep doing. I have actually asked the landowner if he could sharpen them. He tried sharpening my axe one day, and even he couldn't make a decent like edge on it. I thought, I'll sod this. So sometimes I'm just using a blunt axe, you know, kind of thing. I did sharpen one a little bit the other day when I was up there, which was surprising. You know, I was able to cut some wood for like the fire. But so I'm only going up there for Friday and stay over Friday night and come home the one night. I don't want to be like, hello, Leonard. I don't want to be like going up there for 2 nights again. Because like each time I'm up there, you know, I wake up with a stiff neck, got a banging headache, got to take my ibuprofen. Even here, I get stiff necks and like, you know, headaches. You know, I'm thinking that, you know, it could be because like the bed bench is a little bit uneven, but I've got like 2 tarps on there. I've got insulation, like the Attack insulation, great big thick roll of that spread out. I did notice that because it's still rolled up at the back, when I blow up my mattress, which has got a pillow on it, it makes it higher. And I was laying my neck on it, and my neck isn't used to that kind of like arch that's causing. That's why I was getting a lot of neck aches. So I decided what I'm going to do is like I'll unroll the insulation a little bit, and trying to flatten it down a little bit. Then I'll pull down the actual blow up mattress down a little bit, and when I lay down, it's a bit more comfortable. But this time, when I go up there Friday, I'm taking a little pillow with me. So hopefully that might help. I've got a blow-up pillow up there, which is still inflated, but I don't use that one because you just can't lay your head down on that, crappy Poundland inflatable pillow. It's just too it's not one that actually. What I need is a memory foam one, like a little memory foam pillow like that cushion. But it's all cost, and I just can't keep paying out for all the costs. I'm not getting no help on my channel, not getting no donations, not getting no sponsors, I'm not getting anything from it. It's like me spending that constantly all the time, for my enjoyment and to bring, my viewers' enjoyments. Sometimes, I do get your donation, a couple of quid, which I appreciate because it all helps and it all goes back for buying stuff, But I don't get the super chat stuff until the end of each month. But I've got to earn over £60 just to get, super chat. And my monetization, I looked on it the other day, I've got £6 on there. So £6. I've got probably it's going to take 6 months before. Oh, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. That's £7 now. So going to probably take about 6 months before I can get £60. I'll say this cost me £57. This little saw, and I can prove that by showing you it. I need it because I just can't cut the wood with me arthritis in my hands. The other week when I was up there, my hands cramped up so bad they kept locking on your fingers. So in so much bloody pain. Right, to show you, prove it. Share. Right, it's called Lipop, right? You get 2 batteries, 2 chains, you get 2 of these, you get the power supply, screwdriver, and the little wrench thing, yeah. And to show you that it is the same one. And to say that cost me, to show you again, $56.99. So doing things like this isn't fucking cheap. Even ghost hunting isn't cheap because you need to go out and buy all the equipment. Sometimes, as you know, I've made some of my own equipment because I couldn't afford to buy, the original equipment REM pods and ghost boxes. Some of the ghost boxes I've hacked myself. That saved me money. Out of the 3 ghost boxes I put on as a listing, I only sold one, and Michael had that. The other 2 are still available. They've been sitting there for 6 months. And they have Robert's ones as well. Robert ghost boxes. All hobbies are bloody expensive. It doesn't matter if it's fishing, milk detecting, ghost hunting, bushcrafting, knitting, sewing. Any hobby you got, it costs you money. And I've spent that too much money. Even nails, you can't get cheap packets of nails. If you want a packet of nails, which are, decent ones, you're paying anything between £5 and £10 for 20, a packet of 20 nails or something, Because the cheap ones just bend over all the time. And I've actually bought the cheap ones, and when they bent over, I just had to keep them bent over, push them in, and then use another one, and hope that one won't bend. But I'll get my nails from a shop a little bit further down from the Poundland now, Because Poundland does do them, but they're really shitty ones, you know. But this other shop, he does nails, and like a packet of like 50 is about £4. So I'm spending that on bloody nails and screws and, you know, that kind of stuff. Because, you know, it's okay if you're in, like, you know, the Far East, like Vietnam or somewhere in China where they do all that bushcrafting, they use bamboo. You know, they got a machete, they cut the bamboo down, and they don't use nails. They use like vine, and you know that can hold up a shelter, you know, without having to like do any kind of like repairs for it for a year. Now my shelter's been up for over a year. It's been up for about a year and a half. But mine ain't like bamboo. Mine's just like sticks and logs and branched off, picked up off the floor. And some of them, you know, will rot away eventually. They may look okay when you get them and you use them, but when you're having like, you know, downpours and, you know, cold weather, and they will eventually rot away, and you've got to keep like, you know, repairing it. If you can't salvage the nail, you've got to like use new nails or screws or whatever. Yeah, I think you bought 2 over the last 2 years, I think. So I know you're going to have a power sensor, but I couldn't get the equipment because you didn't let me add the money in front, because I need the money up front to buy the equipment, the parts. And I just ain't been doing no equipment. I ain't been doing no builds for the last 4 months or so. You know, I bought so much stuff. You know, I bought a lot of components to build new equipment for myself and to give away. But since I've been going back to the bushcrafting, I just kind of put the electronics to one side again. So that was a bit of a waste of time. The amount of money I spent on that stuff as well. You know, like getting new screwdrivers and project boxes and buying, you know, wholesale stuff, you know, like capacitors, resistors, diodes, and all that kind of stuff. The amount of money I spent on that again. And all I done was I built like 4 items. Yeah. I will get back to electronics probably towards the end of the year or at the new year, because I won't be able to go out and do a lot of bushcrafting when it's like dark at 3, or not 3 o'clock, but 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. So there won't be enough daytime for me to do stuff. So when it gets like dark late and like early, like in what was it now? August, say like June, July, when it's getting darker late at night, but light early in the morning, so around about 4:30, 5 o'clock, then I'll be able to do what I'm doing now. But when it gets dark early, 5, 6 o'clock, I'll still go there. I'll still probably do some stuff, you know, but I won't be able to do too much because there won't be enough light there. And so I don't really want people knowing I'm over there, apart from the landowners, you know. But I will be going over there and doing some milk detecting during the daytime. But when that'll be, I don't know. That'll probably be within the next couple of weeks or so. But now it is getting a bit darker earlier. I'm hoping to go down. What is it now? August, October time. I hope to go down and visit my sister, and take some ghost hunting gear with me and do some ghost hunting down there. Go and visit the cemetery with my uncle and my cousin, and my nan is possibly buried. I know my uncle and cousin are buried there, but my daughter just found out my nan is buried there as well, not far from where my uncle and cousin is. So I hope to go down there. I hope to meet up with Bev Bevin, the one who has donated to my channel last year or whatever it was, a couple of years ago. No, I think about 2.5 years ago, Bev donated towards a new computer. I saw Dave was on earlier, but he was premiering one of his old videos, and he was just on the side chat. But I was flicking through because I was doing other stuff. Alright, okay, I'll check that out later, Leonard. What is that, a mod or just a K2 thingy? Oh, I've got that coming up in a minute. Good. REMPod and K2 meeting modification. Is it that one in the box? Yeah, I think it is. No, I can see a wooden box there. Oh, you got one of them ones that I've got. The little chest box. I've got a couple of those. Not used in it though. Oh, the REMPod, you've put one in. I've seen a few people do those actually, them ones. There's definitely other ones like that out there. What you want to use is the big LEDs. I build another REMPod, right? Right, got it here. I know I've got one over there, but put the 10 mil LEDs in there. Makes it a lot better and brighter. I know with the little ones, you can see them, but you know, that doesn't, those big 10 mil LEDs doesn't take up any more power than the normal 5 mil LEDs. I think it's over here. Now that's one of them. That's one I've done. That's got built-in static detector. See how much brighter they are. The only thing is that this keeps falling off. So maybe you might think about doing one of those ones. A lot better, a lot brighter. Just an idea, you know. You don't have to do it. It's just an idea to give you. Yeah, Don Phillips been quiet lately. I used to watch his channel all the time. $2.9 million. It's only human. That's not his original channel, Don Phillips. Yeah, but those 10 mil LEDs are a lot better and brighter. I don't think they take as much, you know, it might take just a slight milliamp of a fraction more power, but they do light up a lot better. Got your iPhone again. No worries, mate. I don't mind, like, you know, people copying my stuff because like that's what it's there for. But what I don't like here, and it has happened before, is that people said, "Oh, this is my idea," when it wasn't. I won't mention the channel, but I gave him a lot of ideas, and he copied my ideas, and he was making a fucking load of money out of it, and he didn't give me no kind of recognition. Didn't say, "Oh, this was from Steve," haunted experiences. Thanks very much for, allowing me to use your ideas. Because the K2 meter, for instance, yeah, I'm not being big-headed, but I think I was the only one who thought about adding sound to it. Because it's, you got them back on my videos 8 years ago. Even the manufacturer, who's taken over the K2 meter, who are now putting sound in there, they didn't even do that for about 2.5, 3 years ago. And other people started doing it once I put mine up. And my Frankenstein mod one, yeah, I noticed someone else tried doing something similar about a year and a half, 2 years ago. He goes, "Oh, this is my modification, this is my idea." And half of it was the same fucking shit I had in my ones, like 7 or 8 years ago. People just don't want to give out the, that recognition to the people who thinks of the idea. They want the recognition. They want to think that they're the brains of, of doing these modifications when they're not. I don't mind, people copying my ideas. And I don't mind people, duplicating and selling it as long as they're not ripping people off. The kits I put together, never sold any. I had it on my website for about 3 years, and I've got like God knows how many hits on my website, because that's been up since, it's been up like 8 years. And the modification was part 7 years ago, and with all the people who went on there, not one did they come and say, "Oh, I want the modification kit," which was the original, buzzer, switch, and a note, of the documentation of a screenshot of where you put the buzzer and where you put your switch. But other people done it and started selling the idea. There was a guy not long ago, 3-4 years ago, who started modifying the K2 meters. He was buying the K2 meters as cheap as he could, yeah. Say like about 30 quid off eBay. He put the switch in and the buzzer, then he started knocking them out for like 70, 75 quid each. Well, cheers for that, mate. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, it's annoying that people, say it's their idea when it ain't their idea, If they turn around and say, "Well, this is like, a modification I got from, another person," and they give out that person's name, fair enough. Or like, the channel name. It's like a guy, right, on eBay. He was getting these cheap radios off eBay or Amazon, yeah. And all he was doing was cutting one little circuit, yeah, and putting a switch on, and it turned it into a constant switch ghost box, yeah. You get the ghost box, or you can get the radio for like 8 quid on Amazon. And all what he done was like a slight modification and put a switch in it, yeah, to make it sweep constantly. He was knocking them out for 50 quid. Like triple the cost. I know, it's always nice to make a little bit of profit. I never try to make more than double my money back here, because I was there to try to help, people in the paranormal. Because when people come out and they want to do ghost hunting, a lot of people don't have the money to buy, the equipment. So I used to do a lot of stuff and sell it on eBay, and I used to be the cheapest person on eBay selling ghost hunting gear until I stopped because of certain reasons. So I was on YouTube causing me problems. And yeah, this guy, was selling them for like 50, 60 quid, yeah. And I said to him, like, I sent him a message through eBay. I said, not being funny, but, a bit expensive in it for these radios, I said, I could make one and, like, sell it half the price, but I'm not going to because I don't think it's fair. But I think it's unfair that you're selling this, £8 ghost box with a slight modification for 60 quid. And he sent me a message back saying, well, it's my idea, and if people want to buy it, they buy it. And he goes, and don't think you can get the idea of doing it and selling it and undercutting me because I'll have it done because this is now patented. I said, hang on a minute, you can't patent a radio because the patent is under the manufacturer. So you can't patent something that's already patented, whether it being a Chinese knockoff or not. He goes, no, but I've patented the actual modification. So I said, yeah, but other people probably know the same way as you do. You can't patent something that other people will probably think about and, probably use themselves. He goes, well, they'll have to modify it a different way because if I find out that someone's using the same mod, then I will sue them. I just said, go the fuck up. Don't reply because I won't reply back. Yeah, he reckons that he was patenting these ghost boxes with the by patenting the modification he'd done. Fuck me, man. I could have done that with K2, I could have done it with the REM pods. I could have done it with everything, but I never did. So I was there to help people, not fucking rip them off, which this guy was doing. Yeah, you want to reference my video, my channel. It's up to you, mate. I don't know. Just don't say that I make them anymore because I don't. If I make anything, it's mainly for myself now. Like those geophones, little geophones, yeah. I was going to send one to someone, but they wouldn't send me the address. They said, oh, we can't give you my address because we don't know who you are. I said, yeah, but you get it free. I'm not going to dox you. He goes, yeah, but we've got to be careful. She goes, well, until we get like a PO box. Now that geophone's been sitting wrapped up, ready to be sent out for like nearly 2 months now. And it's sitting there. And it's like, one of my own devices that I made myself. Or I'm using parts, electric, like kits from manufacturers, which, is patented. But I'm not going to turn around and say, this is my idea. I'm using these parts, but I'm going to patent my idea. So I don't think it's fair. If other people think the same way as I do and they can do the same thing as I do, good on them. Just that I hope they don't turn around and say, well, this is, an idea that this guy copied, this hot experience, because some of the stuff I even, like if you ask Dave Delorious or even John LSS Paranormal, yeah, they got EM pumps which no one else has got. I was the first one to make EM pumps that can be turned up and down with a stepper motor with your NOS switch. No one else built them. I've never seen anyone else build them. But I've not patented them. I could do, but I ain't going to. Because I don't mind people, copying my ideas. As long as they say, oh, the idea came from so-and-so. So, I could just be a mean little fucking mother son of a bitch here and say, right, anyone that copies my, idea without my consent, I'll have you up in court and sue you, right? Or I could turn around and say, well, copy my idea, but every time you sell something, yeah, give me a commission. But I don't do that. Not long ago, someone was copying my idea and making a lot of money out of it. He didn't say, oh, well, you know, I've got the idea from Steve, you know, let's give him something for his idea and let me copy it. Now, the offer would have been nice, but no. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to shoot off now, Leonard, yeah. It's like, what time is it now? 20 to 12. Got a bit of a stonking headache. I'm getting up early because I want to cut some wood, which I've got out on the balcony. Just like little cut off, you know, framework stuff, which I'm going to cut down for when I take up to the bushcraft on Friday. If I go Friday, it probably will be Friday, but I've got to keep an eye on the weather. I don't want to be going up there when it's pissing down the rain. Or it's like blowing a storm. What is it going to be? Saturday's going to be raining, light showers, but that won't be until 3 o'clock. I'll probably be on the way home by then. Friday's going to be like light cloud with the occasional little bit of sunshine. So at least it's going to be cool and I ain't going to be sweating like I was when I was up there last time, Saturday. I had to take like extra t-shirt with me because I knew I was going to sweat like a pig. And I did. I started sweating, I had to change my t-shirt and cool down. Hello, Mark. I'm just about going to go, mate. I've been on for about an hour. Something like that. Yeah, hour and 6 minutes. Just been talking about some of the weird things that was going on at my bushcraft last time I was up there. Saturday and Sunday. You know, I do want to spend another 2 nights and 2 days up there, but that might not happen next year now. You know, I'll still spend the odd night up there, maybe, even if it does get dark early, you know. But so saying, like, when it gets darker, you've got nothing to do, you know. Last time I was up there, it was getting dark at 9 o'clock. I thought, well, what can I do? You know, I ain't got a TV up there. And, you know, the battery was running down on my mobile phone and the internet sucks up there. Because several times my internet was like disconnecting and YouTube was like reconnecting it after about 5 seconds or so. And then so my battery was running low. So I had to buy myself a bloody power bank. That cost me like 25 quid. But and that took like near enough a whole day to charge up. It's like 25,000 milliamps or something here. Shouldn't take that fucking long, surely. But, you know, I've got it charged up now. Even these batteries for that bloody solar came through the day, they took like 3 hours to fucking charge up. These 3 hours plus to charge up each of these batteries. That's why I bought one which has got 2 batteries. Cost me more bloody money. You know, I was watching a review on one similar to this, yeah, and he said, like, you know, his battery took 3 hours to charge up, but he got like an hour use out of his like little chainsaw, and he showed how much like wood he was able to cut down, and he cut down quite a bit out of it. But he said the only downside with these is that, you know, it takes 3 hours to fully charge up a battery. I thought, well, I ain't going to buy one with 1 battery. I'm going to have to buy one with 2 batteries. £56.99 that fucking thing cost me. But you do get 2 batteries. You get 2 plates, 2 chains. You get this little guard thing, which can be tightened up. It took me like over half an hour to get the chain sorted and, like, you know, tightened. I don't know why it would not tighten. But I did a quick checkup on YouTube, and there's a Pakistani guy, lucky he speaks English. He had one similar, and he goes, what you want to do on his video is that when you put the chain on, don't tighten this up constant, all the way up. Have it tighten up medium way. Then you put your screwdriver in the back there, and you tighten up the tension to the chain. Then you tighten up the nut to to as tight as it goes. And if it does start loosening up, all you got to do is undo the nut a little bit, tension the chain again, and then do the nut up again. But it comes with 2 batteries, 2 plates, 2 chains, screwdriver, a spare screw for this, a little plastic covering, screwdriver, and like one of these kind of like bloody things you do your nut up with. But it doesn't come with like a proper box that you could store it in. Come in that fucking brown box. If I spent out an extra £5, I could have got the same kind of thing with an actual case with it. But I think like you don't get the extra chain, you don't get the extra plate. But when I go out there, this just be stuck in my backpack like that, and I put it in a plastic bag and just stick it at the bottom of the backpack. It shouldn't like cut into the bag. I could always take the chain off again, but putting the chain on is a bit kind of like awkward sometimes. And the thing is, with this one, it's got like a security switch on it. So if I put the battery in, like now for instance, if I put the battery in and slot it, if I push the trigger, it won't go off. But if I push this bit here, then it goes off. So that's a good feature for it, because like a lot of people who's bought similar ones of these doesn't have the little security button on it, and they said that they've accidentally pushed this a few times and it nearly cut their arms open, or it's like slipped down and like hit the leg, or nearly hit the leg. So this is more of an updated saw. I'm not trying it out yet. All I tried it out on was like one of those little bamboo cones, and it cut it through okay. But that's with a loose chain as well. So what it's going to be like tomorrow when I test it out on some wood. I don't know until I do it. No, mate. Just really, go back on the beginning if you want. Just talk about the bushcraft and some weird stuff that happened inside, and some bits and pieces I bought. I did buy some. I did see one guy say that to stop the chain and the motor overheating, he puts a little bit of oil on it. I couldn't find any small, little tubs of oil, so I had to buy one of these, which is biodegradable chainsaw chain oil. That cost me £8.50. No, £8.95 that cost me. That's gonna last me years, if that's the 5 years. I could probably give some to everyone if he needs it any time. Right, anyway, I'm gonna go. Good night, everyone. Cheers for popping on. I will be at the bushcraft Friday and Friday night. Be home Saturday, because Saturday afternoon is going to be raining. There'll be a video up probably either Saturday night or Sunday, depending on what time I get home and if I'm tired. So I'm tired, I'm not going to do any uploading or even copying the files over. Just wait until I've had some rest, and then I'll do the video, then I'll upload it as soon as I can, and that'll be on my other channel. my what's name channel. If you haven't got access to my other channel, you don't know what channel I'm on about, my bushcraft one, I'll quickly drop the link. But I think it's down in the description below anyway. Maybe not. It's not there, but I'll put it here anyway. So you can check out my bushcraft one. Right. Okay, I'm off. Good night, everyone. Catch you later. Have a good week. What's left of it. Bye for now.